Hey traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade, and if you give me the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you a major concern that I see here in the major markets and what we can expect to come next. Hitting the ground running, I'm going to start with the weekend or the weekly chart. This weekly chart that I'm getting ready to show you is on the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is going up. So big symmetrical triangle. Last week we went higher. We had a higher low, higher high. And on the spiders, the week before was a major bull run. Now, so we're looking at the weekly chart there. Now, the thing I want to share with you guys is anytime the financials and the small caps start to go one direction or the other, it starts to point a picture where we're going next. If I go here to the diamonds, you look at this, we're in an up leg. Higher highs, higher lows, we're heading up higher, and things are looking good. The NASDAQ, higher highs, higher lows, bull flag formation. We're going into what looks like a bullish death hook. But do you see how we're at resistance on the Qs? We're at resistance on the Qs. If I go over here to the Russell's 2000 weekly chart, it was actually bearish for the week. Bearish. So we are looking bearish here on the weeks, and it is telling us that financials are more bearish than they are bullish, or I'm sorry, the small caps. So if you look at the small caps here, we have the RSI starting to tick lower. You see the moving average coming out, hit resistance and coming back down into the oversold area, but showing weakness. The MACD is under the zero line and starting to cross over to head back down again. Okay, now remember, I just showed you the Qs. The Qs is NASDAQ. It's going higher, but at resistance. You go to the diamonds, no resistance other than the 20-week moving average, but going higher. S&P, no resistance. They got over the 20-week moving average, and there's really no major resistance on the upside. Okay, I showed you that, but when I go to the Russell's 2000, they can always lead the market. That was down for the week, going down, sinking below all major moving averages on the weekly chart. And I already showed you the MACD and RSI. If I go here to the financials, the financials give us a tweezer top with a hanging man reversal pattern. So we had, and we're finding resistance at the 20-week moving average and near the resistance of a major two trend lines in this symmetrical triangle. So this could be very bearish if this tweezer top starts to drop next week, and the Russell's 2000 again, already being bearish, continues to go bearish. Okay, so we have financials stalling, and I just showed you that tweezer top on the weekly chart, stalling, tweezer top with a hanging man. So that is problematic. The Russell's 2000 bearish when everyone's bullish. Now watch this. If I go over here to the daily charts, and we're going to start off here with the spiders. On the daily, we went up. Thursday, we started to break down after a doji. On Wednesday, we started to break down. All the bears were thinking we were going to drop. No, we gapped higher. We ran higher right into major resistance. You can see that trend line right there. Right there. If I go to a line chart, you can really see it well. So we have resistance, resistance, resistance. So we're at the third point of resistance. If I go back to a candlestick chart, it's actually resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3, and 4. This area doesn't get tagged when I go to a line chart. You can see it. We miss it there, but we go here. Now we got price all over this area. So guess what? We're there again after an extended move to the upside, and the RSI on the daily chart on the S&P 500 ETF called the Spider, SPY, that's what we're looking at. We're at resistance area on the RSI. If you go down here to the NASDAQ, Thursday we started to drop like we were going to get a nice down leg. Nope, we popped up. We're at this area of resistance. Last time we were at this area, this red line, that's where we're at again. Major resistance, and being very extended, way oversold if you look here on the RSI. So very interesting, right? Russell's 2000. Take a look at that. It's a nice bull pullback with a bullish harami, so meaning that could get bullish, right? The bearish 2000 weekly was very bearish. I showed you that on the weekly chart, but this could be ready to bounce. The problem is, do you see how the candlesticks here, these red ones, are getting larger and larger and larger coming down? These, we go from a little doji to a bigger candlestick to a larger. Anytime candlesticks are growing on the downtrend, on the down leg, that is not a traditional bull pullback. That's great. That gives you great odds on a pullback. So if you look at this pullback, you see this, the candlesticks start to get smaller, and then it rallies. You don't want them getting bigger and hoping it's going to rally. The odds are against that. RSI is fine. MACD is fine, other than the fact that we're in the under the zero line. We need to get back above that. But let's look at the financials. If you look at the financials, we're building this high base and we're popping. But you know how we went up and then down and up. If it does drop next week, this is kind of a little M. Do you see? If we do drop, we will have an M there, a double top right here, a little double top, and a drop here. So we could in fact get this. So Friday's big pop, it could be a sucker's play where all the bulls come rushing in, making a purchase, only to have their heads handed to them because sellers sell into that strength. Or are we going to have this Santa Claus rally where everything rallies straight forward? Now, I'm getting ready to reward 100 people. But I'm going to talk about the end. If you made it this far into the video, you're 7 minutes in, that means you're a serious individual listening to this. I'm getting ready to reward the first 100 people. I'll talk about that at the end. So let's get into this more. If we go to the US dollar had a rally last week, which the markets didn't care. I mean, it just rallied and the markets continued to rally too. So it's just crazy that the dollar is going higher and the market's going higher. But this rally in the US dollar played havoc on gold. I mean, gold down. If you look at silver, down. We were trying to look for support levels to be buying. And if you look at the VIX, guys, the VIX dropped. I mean, we're at 14.18. That is really relatively low. The fear is very low. Thursday, we popped down. We should have popped, and then fear should have spiked. We didn't get that yet. But will it happen coming into this next week? Will fear spike, especially being in this oversold environment? And we're all looking for that. Okay, but quick look. Okay, to the monthly. Now the monthly, we're only like 12 days in at the time of this video. If you look at the monthly spider, we hit support and we're bouncing. We're in a big symmetrical triangle. Question is, are we going to go higher and have a Santa Claus rally where this month, November, is bullish, and then next month we're bullish, we hit our head, and then all of 2024 is a bloodbath to the downside? We are early to this, but could this happen? Could we go up, hit our head, and could we drop going into a nasty red bars right here, sinking to the downside, cracking this trend line, cracking these areas of support, and seeing a significant drawdown? Yes, then you have your big M for murder on the big monthly charts. But let's look at the Qs and see what's happening. Resistance, we come down, we rally up, we pull back, a little bull pullback, and we pop, but we're at major resistance. If I go to line chart, look at this, resistance, and we're at resistance again. And we're right there at it. Will sellers come into that right now? We're in a lot of resistance points. I'm showing you resistance on monthlies. I'm showing you resistance on weeklies and on dailies. A lot of resistance areas. We're hitting those right now. But what's the Russell's 2000 showing? If you go to the Russell 2000, we are bouncing off of support. But if you look at the candlestick, most of this candlestick is upper shadow. In other words, we touched that falling EMA moving average, that was resistance, and we came right back down. So we're trying to break down from this support level. If that happens, bad news. Look how, I mean, look at the volume we had last month on the sell side. Very, very damaging volume. Okay, the monthly chart. Okay, this month isn't over. We're only 12 days in, guys. So a lot could happen here. Financials. Look at the financials. Huge, beautiful, symmetrical triangle. Broke down and then rallied up at resistance on the monthly chart, line chart. I want you guys to see what we're seeing. Support, support, support now is resistance. If it pops up, that's to be a big bullish death hook, and the month after month will be a monster run to the upside. I think the odds are very much against that. I think this is a breakout to the downside. It rallied up, finding resistance on the financials, and that should come down and start to fall down, and we start to come down and challenge these areas of support and break down through them, and the markets would get bloody and fast if and when this happens. Right now we've just been in this horrible chop. Look how every we're not getting this big up leg. We're getting these white, red, white, red, white. You know, it's just this chop and churn. But you draw your trend lines, you draw them correctly, and it's a science, not an art. And if you do that correctly, you get to see these areas of support and resistance. U.S. dollar on the monthly chart. Up, and now at this moment, 12 days in, we have a hanging man after a rally up, so it's showing some weakness, like we should go down. Gold on the monthly chart had this pop last month. This month it's under some pressure, but it could just be building the lower shadow before it rallies higher. And silver, same thing. This could be ready to pop. So what's interesting is we had support. We're strong enough to not even hit support. That's relative strength. So this weakness this month doesn't scare me on the financials. Or on small caps. We have a chance of going higher. So we have a big chance of hitting heads at resistance, and a lot of profit taking place here because of everything that we're seeing on all the charts that I shared with you. Guys, if you don't know it, this is the last video you will ever see from me unless you hit subscribe, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't like this level of education later. But do yourself a favor, if you do like this level of trading education and tech analysis, feel free to subscribe and at least give me a thumbs up, okay? It doesn't cost anybody to give me a thumbs up. Thank you for those in advance. Now, I mentioned that I was going to do something amazing, and I was going to give the first 100 people a really big thing. So let me share something with you. Mark the Meerkat and I have been talking. So you guys may or may not know this. I've been trading in the live markets using technical analysis for 23 years. I'm a hedge fund manager nowadays, and I was an award-winning stock mentor for Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. Mark is a master trader, a day trader and swing trader, and is arguably one of the only people in the world I would allow trade my money for me. That says something. He's been trading in the markets over a decade, I believe, and he is a solid machine. Now, the reason I say all that is say this. He and I got together and we're like, we have a big base. I mean, we got over 12,000 followers. We'll have 1,000 people watch this video, and we're asking ourselves, how can we take a base of people who are new to trading or developing traders, brand new, okay, just kind of new to it, who want to learn more about trading in the right way. You know, what's the difference from bullish and bearish? What's the difference from an indicator versus an oscillator? What's the difference from a mutual fund and ETF? Just the foundational basics of trading, what it means to pick a broker, and the right brokers, just everything from technical analysis and stock selection, and where when the person is done, that they have a rock solid foundation in place to be a rock star trader. Okay, so we kind of challenge ourselves, like, could we do this? And as kind of an experiment, and we're like, yeah, let's do that. We said, let's do it free for the first 100 people. And then we're like, no, because here's the thing. I'm not going to do it free. because free, if you don't put some skin in the game, the value of it drops, and this is highly valuable. So I just said, let's do, to get this foundation put in place, how many sessions might that take? And we decided on it would take 5 sessions, around 45 minutes per session, okay? So we'll just say an hour because of question and answer. So 5 hours, and we're going to do the 5 hours once per week. We're going to do them on Saturday mornings, okay? So Saturday mornings, for 5 weeks, we are going to huddle together, 100 of us are going to huddle together, and you're going to be a student of the Grok ecosystem. So you're going to be a student coming in. Everyone's going to chip in $5 per session, but we're going to pay it up front. It's $25 is all it is. So even college students could afford this. So it's not about the money. We're not trying to make money off of this. What we're trying to do is say that there's value to what it is that we're going to be delivering. And the value is immense. If we're taking 1 hour of our time to teach, it's $100 worth of value. And it's far more than that. I'm just saying that it would be no less than $100 per hour with us, okay? So that's a $500 value for $25. So that is the reality behind it. So I ran this a very large vibrant trading club, very large, one of the largest in the United States, 500 strong, and everyone kicked in $5 every time they came to the club. $5, everyone kicked it in. So everyone each Saturday is going to kick in $5. We're going to pay it up front, $25. So here's the deal. I wait until the end to share this because the first 100 people get in. First 100 people, that is it. So first 100 people. If the first 100 people that come in, we're going to take you under our wing, and we're going to start December 2nd, Saturday morning, okay? It's going to be for 45 minutes, and then question and answer. 45 minutes, question and answer. And our goal is to take somebody that doesn't know anything about trading, nothing about trading, and get them ramped up where they have a full awareness of what trading, what the stock market is, and trading in the stock market, what it means, and how to go about it properly. Having a rock solid foundation. I would have given anything to have this given to me when I first started 20 plus years ago in my trading. Started in 98, and this was not a thing. Nobody would take me through and handhold. So this is going to be very thorough, very comprehensive, and very basic. We're making the assumption you don't know anything about trading. Nothing. Now, some of you have been trading a little bit and you're new, but you still think, I don't have a right foundation. That's fine. Join. Feel free to join. If you're out there trading and you don't take somebody else's seat here. If you're out there trading and you're killing it already. If you're doing that, and this class is certainly not for you. What we're looking for is an ecosystem of those people that are just getting started. So I welcome you to share the video because it's first 100 people. Share the video with anybody that you think might be interested in trading, but make sure that these are individuals that have great discipline, great emotional resolve, or they could become a gambler in the markets. We're not here to condone gambling in the markets. We're not here to bring people in that have a chance of becoming a gambler in the markets. We treat trading like a business, and all these individuals coming through, we're going to treat it as a business. Okay, so we're going to really do it in a scholastic, in a high level manner, and a lot of information very quickly. So it's a lot of information very quickly, but it's going to be, we're going to hold you by the hand and really stair step this. So this is what you do. You're like, okay, get to it, Des. That's my real name, Des. D7 is my AKA. Here's what you do. Go to Grok Trade. You can see it at groktrade.com/launchpad. /launchpad. One word, no spaces, launchpad. Like a launch pad. So that's what it is for 100 people. So feel free to share this with your friends or whatever. If you guys want to get in, when you get the when you register, you're in. There's nothing more you have to do. We'll shoot you off an email just moments after you make the tuition payment. Once you do that, you're one of our Grok students at that moment. And we so look forward to locking arms with you and helping form you as a trader the correct way, the responsible way, where you can earn your right to make money in the markets. So I hope that makes sense with everybody. And I look forward to the first 100 people. Listen, I highly recommend that you do this if you're in America or Canada or Mexico, because the time differences. If you're in other countries, I know we have 162 countries represented and territories represented here. The reason I say that is don't sign up, take a seat if you're not going to attend. We want butts and seats. We want you there attending in this on Saturdays. This is a commitment. So it's 45 minutes each Saturday. It's a commitment in the morning. And our goal is to say, how well can we ramp up our base of groups coming in. If this works out, we plan on doing this again at some point. This is a very special thing. We've not done this before. This is one of these things that we look for really good things to come from. So there it is. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the thumbs up if you gave us one, or thumbs down if you gave us one. We'll work harder to earn your thumbs up. Take care, guys. We'll see you. Bye. Guys, why are you still here? You're supposed to be gone while I still have you. If you haven't joined the 301 mentorship yet, seriously give that some serious thought. Mark the Meerkat's been trading a long time in the markets. As you know, I have too. We take people under our wing and we teach you what we do to trade in the live markets. We trade a significant amount of money on a day-to-day basis in the live markets ourselves. If you're going to learn from anybody, learn from us. It's the 301 mentorship program. We've been doing this a long time, and we're happy to help you. Education with specialized knowledge makes you unstoppable. There you have it. Now, get out of here.